Hey guys, I hope you guys are having a great day. So today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin here. So I'm going to be doing some technical analysis of Bitcoin. After that, I'm going to talk about an article that I think is interesting. And after that, I'm going to be telling you my personal game plan. So what I'll be doing about Bitcoin at these price levels. So let's just get right into the technical analysis. So as you can see, in November, the price of Bitcoin was all the way in the 6,000s and it has since fell almost in a straight line for many weeks, and now it's trading in the 3,000 range. So we can see Bitcoin has really lost a lot of volatility. It's not been too volatile here. It's just been trading sideways in this channel that I drew. So the Bitcoin resistance is right around 3,700, and the support is down near 3,300. So over the next week or so, Bitcoin will probably just keep trading sideways, and then it's going to decide where it wants to break. So I'm personally thinking it's going to break down just because of this pattern over here. It doesn't look very bullish to me. But if Bitcoin does break 3,700, it can have a nice relief rally to maybe the mid 4,000s. We'll have to see. But right now, if this breaks 3,300, Bitcoin's price is probably going to break to new all-time lows. There's just not much support here, guys. So we have to analyze our own game plans and see what is most likely in these scenarios. So I want to compare this to the last Bitcoin bubble. So what happened in the last Bitcoin bubble? So we can see, if I put this on a weekly chart, we can see that we had a huge run up to 20K and then a whole bear market after that. So we've almost corrected 85% at this point, and we'll have to see how low it's going to go at this point. So I just want you to look at the shape of this, right? Just keep this in your mind. I'm going to scroll back to the last bear market in Bitcoin. So Bitcoin had a bull market in 2013, just very similar to this, and I'll show you. So we can see this was the 2013 bull market. We see a huge run, just like we did in this bull market, and then a nice fadeaway like this in a bear market. This correction took us down about 85% as well. So we went all the way to 1150 and we pulled back all the way to 160 on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has corrected 90% in the past. It's not very uncommon for it to bottom at 90%. And I think this is exactly a similar setup to what we'll see happen. So we can see this volume bar on the day it bottomed was bigger than all of the other volume bars in any comparable time frame, right? So what that is called in trading is a volume climax. And I think we are going to eventually volume climax in Bitcoin before the bull market will start. So you can see in the last bear market, we volume climaxed, and then Bitcoin actually held up really well. And then we had the first parabolic move, but that was after a long time. That was after months and months and months. So about 8, 9 months it took for that to happen. So I am expecting a similar thing to happen in this bear market. So I am expecting us to probably break lower and just trend lower, and then it should just bottom out here over the next like 6 to 12 months, let's say, and then we'll have to see at that time what Bitcoin is likely to do. So I want to talk about the fundamentals of Bitcoin as well. So what is going on underneath the hood? So let's look at the confirmed transactions. So this tells you the amount of transactions that are happening on the Bitcoin network every day. And this is really interesting to me because what this is showing me is that the number of transactions in Bitcoin happening every day has been in an uptrend since Bitcoin started. So you can see when we topped out here, right? Bitcoin topped out in December 2017. The transactions spiked here, and then after that it plummeted, which we saw in the price of Bitcoin as well. So we can see that now transactions are uptrending again, and this is a really good sign because the number of daily transactions is already back to 350,000 transactions a day. So I think you're going to see a similar pattern to basically most of its history. So this should start to uptrend again. And if we look at the last bubble, so do you see a mini spike over here, just like when Bitcoin topped out in 2013? I think that's what this spike was as well. And we see that in the charts, and I just showed you that. So I think it's really interesting to follow what's happening on the network itself, which is shown through the transactions. And I think we're seeing really healthy signs in this Bitcoin environment, where after we bottom, we're going to have really good long-term opportunities to ride out the next bull market. And I'm going to be covering that heavily on the channel. So just stay tuned for that. So next topic, I'm going to talk about an article I found interesting about Bitcoin. So here we have Russia considering a shift to Bitcoin to limit the impact of US sanctions. So this article is really interesting to me, and you could just read through it. So basically, what Russia is doing is they're going to replace their US assets and dollars with Bitcoin. So they're basically saying their reserve currency is no longer the US dollar. So their reserve currency is gonna be Bitcoin. And this has me really excited because what this is telling me is that a lot of these world leading nations are gonna eventually switch to Bitcoin, in my opinion, because right now the US dollar is the world reserve currency. But I think you're gonna see more and more of this, especially as there's more adoption of Bitcoin and the number of transactions keep going up and people use it more. So I think you're going to see a really nice use case. And I think this is going to potentially be the world reserve currency because it makes sense for it to be. So I just find all of this really interesting. And basically, I just want to tell you my game plan now. So what I am going to do is I have a little bit of Bitcoin right now. What I want to do is I want to wait for it to bottom. I want to see that big sell volume candle. I want all of the panic sellers to leave. I want all the day traders to leave. I just want everyone that wants to sell their Bitcoin to sell. And then after the sellers are gone, there's going to be no one left to sell. So there's going to be only one direction left to go, which is up. So basically, I'm just waiting to see that a nice volume climax, a big candle, maybe as big as this, hopefully bigger. And then that will tell me the bottom in Bitcoin has happened or is very close to happening. So I'm just going to wait till we get that sign to tell me. So that sign is going to give me direction. And basically, I think there's a lot of negativity still in crypto right now. I think the articles are just still really negative, and I think we just need to like have that flush out of everyone that wants to sell their Bitcoin. We need to like get rid of this bear market. I still think we're in a bear market, but I think in Q1, Q2 of this year, 2019, it's probably going to be, we're probably going to form a nice long-term bottom. So I'm going to keep you guys updated and we'll have to see how it all plays out. And yeah, guys, I hope you're having a great day. And I want you guys to comment below what you think about Bitcoin. If you guys are buying, if you guys are selling Bitcoin, just please tell me in the comments. And please subscribe to the channel if you like content like this. And if you want regular updates, just subscribe to the channel and I'll see you guys later.